If you put this all over your face is not gonna move. It's gonna be giving you got Botox, okay? Hey y'all, so we are back at the vanity for another favorites video. However, this favorites video is going to be a little different because I'm really just focusing on beauty products because right now the Sephora savings event sale is going on. So the sale started on April 4th if you are a Rouge member. Now y'all know I'll be spending all kind of money up in Sephora, so I'm definitely a Rouge member, so I do get the 20% off, and I may have already submitted 2 orders because there were some things that I wanted to grab from Kohl's. So y'all, if you shop through Kohl's Sephora, they let you use any kind of like points you have to get money off along with the sale. For whatever reason on the Sephora website, you cannot do that. And I was just like, you know what? I need all my savings because did I really need anything from this sale? No. However, I had to, you know, pick up a few things and re-up on a few things that we're going to talk about today. So I have makeup, perfume, beauty products, makeup tools, all the things you need for beauty purposes that we're going to talk about in this video. If you are a VIB member or a Beauty Insider member, you will be able to shop starting for $8 and the sale is ending on $4.14. So I'll have all the details in the description box, so definitely check that out. Because I have so many items, y'all, I don't want to spend too much time rambling off because I do have, like, right now I'm looking at like over 20 items I want to talk about. And also when I was kind of coming up with the items I wanted to chat about, I was thinking more so about like spring, summer weather. Obviously I'm in Georgia and it's been 80 degrees the last couple of days, so for me I'm kind of already in summer weather, fake summer weather. But if you're like me, you live in the South and you need to start getting your like matte products pulled together, we're going to be focusing on a lot of those. So let's not waste any time, let's get into it. So let's go ahead and start out with primer. So I have 2 different primers that I want to talk about today. The first one is a newer one to my collection. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. So this is a silicone-free smoothing primer. I purchased this particular primer because I was wanting something to just help, you know, smooth out my pores, make me look flawless. And I was like, you know what, let me try this out. I'm pretty sure I bought this maybe during the sale that goes on around like December, somewhere around there. I love this, y'all. If you are looking for that blur effect, that very smooth filtered effect, y'all, I don't have any special filters on this camera. This is just what it looks like. Y'all, go ahead and grab this one. Huda has a lot of great products, and this isn't the only product we're going to talk about today from Huda, but I really enjoy this primer. I think you should consider grabbing this one. The next item I have is the One Size Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Alkaline Primer. Yeah, I picked up this primer last year when it first came out because I was getting ready to go to Vegas, and I was just like, you know what? It's August in Vegas. It's probably going to be like 110 degrees the whole time we're there. I need something that's going to help mattify my face. I knew we were going to a pool party, and obviously you're outdoors, you're going to sweat. This primer right here does not move. I'm going to try to zoom it in. Y'all, I always forget when I do these videos that I should use my other camera because the zoom is just not the best on the Canon G7X, but there you go. You can see it a little bit there now. But yes, this is amazing. Now, what I will tell you, you only want to put this in your T-zone. If you put this all over your face is not going to move. It's going to be giving you got Botox, okay? So be careful with this one. But this is for the oily girls, even for combination skin. I would say I'm oily, but then there's certain parts of the year where my skin is giving more like combo. And summertime, it's definitely oily. This is what you need. So if you have been debating on this primer and you're like, oh, is it worth it? I think it's like $30-something. Look, grab it while the sale's going on. Save your 15 or 20%. I'm telling you, it's worth it. So the next item we're going to talk about is foundation. So let's start with the foundation I did use today. This is my NARS Soft Matte Foundation. I have it in Marquise's and Manoir. Now, y'all, neither of these are like the perfect match for me. Manoir is too dark. This is more so if I have like a deep summer tan. Y'all know I was just in Jamaica. Unfortunately, the little tan I got has gone away, and it wasn't like crazy hot there, so I just didn't get as like how I normally can get a tan in the summer. I didn't get that from that trip. So this is a bit too deep. This one is like, I would say slightly too like warm golden, but together they kind of work for me. I feel like it's an overall good match. Keep in mind, in my house, my walls are like super bright white, so it might like wash me out just a little bit. But y'all, together they work for me, but forget about the color match. Let's just talk about the product itself. So first off, it's a nice soft matte, so I never feel like I can't move when I put this on my face. It really feels like I don't have anything on, so I really enjoy that about this foundation. But also I feel like they do have a pretty good range, so if you're lighter than me, darker than me, you're gonna find something that can work. I don't really like the idea of buying two colors. However, I had bought Marquise some time ago, and then I added Manoir I think last year, so it just kind of made sense. Like whatever, I got two, it's no big deal. But like having to go in the store to buy two at the same time to match is not my favorite thing. And I've just accepted with foundations, you're just gonna have to find your closest match. Once you do your concealer, your bronzer, all those other things, it'll typically like, you know, even out at the end, especially when you're under natural light. Sometimes when you're under like studio lights and stuff, it may feel like it's a little off, but when you're in natural light, you're usually good to go. But yeah, the foundation's good. It's perfect for travel. I think it's $42. Obviously, any type of savings is amazing, so getting 15 or 20% off, and if you've been thinking about it, it's worth grabbing. I have told myself this year I'm kind of staying in the space of not overbuying foundations. Foundations is one of my favorite beauty products, but I have so many and I'm just like, you don't need any more. So this go around, I did not order any foundations. However, if you've been looking to figure out what foundation you should get, if you have a combination or oily skin and you're trying to figure out what's going to be good for the summer, the NARS Soft Matte is going to be good for you. Now, there's one other foundation I want to mention because this one I really enjoy. It's just a little bit of a lighter coverage, and this one I also sometimes will mix with the NARS Manoir, since this one's a little bit lighter, that one's a little bit darker. So this is the 5N Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. So this is definitely not going to give you with just one layer of full beat. So if you are someone that's looking for a full beat, you're gonna have to apply multiple layers. However, if you're looking for something that's perfect for, like, you know, you're on vacation, you just want light makeup, you just want to look like you're pulling yourself together and not like fully beat, this is good. So I did wear this in Jamaica. I didn't have any issues with it. I wouldn't say it's like matte, but it's definitely not like dewy or anything. I would say maybe more of a satin finish. So I recommend this. I think it's great. I do have their concealer as well, which I enjoy too. So this is the option for the girls that are looking for lighter coverage, more everyday wear. You will enjoy the Dior Backstage foundation. So moving on to the next product, we're going to talk about concealer, and I'm just going to mention today one concealer. I do have it in two separate colors. It's the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. Now, I have been using this concealer for a very long time. It does not fail me. I have it in the colors Caramel and Maple. These are both more neutral tone. I want to maybe pick up Mocha. I know that's more of a rosy tone, so I might pick that up. I didn't add it in the two orders that I already placed, but I might pick that up. But these, I mean, they last a while. I feel like there's a lot of product in them. What's the size on these? Yeah, so 1/2 ounce, but it's a lot of product in these, so obviously I don't need to race to get it. Caramel I only use for, like, you know, a brightening effect. I did not use that today since I'm going just for more like everyday makeup look. But Maple is my go-to. I really like it. I like the coverage. I like how it just gives me, you know, a flawless under eye look. Some days I apply more, some days I apply less. Today I'm just going for an everyday look because I do have some errands to run, so I'm not really trying to give like too beat, but I want it to be put together, especially because I'm recording this video for y'all. So this one is a good one. I know I was watching my girl Coco McQueen, and she brought up that she picked this up during the sale and she had purchased it because of me, and I was thinking to myself, like, why didn't I get it? And I remember I did go into Kohl's by me, into the Sephora, to try to see if I can pick it up in another shade, but they didn't have any shades for the black girls. Like, no shades were left. So I was just like, forget it. I didn't want to have to order a bunch of stuff online and get free shipping. I just said forget it. But since this is now on sale and a part of the Sephora sale for 20% or 15%, depending on where you fall, I think you should consider this one. I feel like people have said this concealer is a little bit hyped up. I promise you, it's not. The next product we're gonna talk about is powder. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder in the color Tan. Now this particular powder, I like to put this under my eye right before I go ahead and apply my normal like Laura Mercier setting powder. This is just gonna help smooth you out. It's gonna help leave you crease free. And I just really enjoy this. I really like Charlotte Tilbury products. I think I have a couple more products that we're going to talk about from that line today, but I cannot go without this powder, and I like it because I can keep it in my purse, and I sometimes will use my little Morphe like sponges just to touch up under my eyes while I'm out and about. So if you've been thinking about this one, definitely pick it up. The next product we're going to talk about is blushes. So I have two blushes here. I have mentioned these both before, but I have to mention them again just because they're my favorite and I love to pair them together. So the first one is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Blurring Blush in the color Tequila Sunset. Now, I am a fan of a nice peachy, orangey tone blush on brown skin. It's so pretty. And when I saw this, I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Something that like I can build up if I want like a really, really bright colored blush. Or I could just put it on lightly just to give me like a flush of color. So I do have it on today. Again, right now my lighting is probably washing me out just a little bit, so you might not be able to see it as good, but in person it's super pretty. It shows up really well on my skin tone. I love this. The other blush I sometimes like to pair with it, I didn't do it today. However, I use the same blush brush, so it might be a little particles left in there that get, you know, that get on my skin from applying it with the same brush that I used last time. So this particular blush is the NARS Orgasm Rush. Now this is really pretty. This is like a, I would say like a deepy, like rose kind of color, and it does have shimmer in it. So I like this if I want more of a like shimmer effect. I really don't use highlighter like on my cheekbones or anything. I just use it like on my nose and maybe above the lip. So if you're looking for a blush that has shimmer, that's a really pretty color. These are both year-round colors for me, so they're not like, oh, I only can wear this in the spring, I only can wear it in the summer. No, I can wear these all the time. So I really like this, and these blushes are not that cheap. I want to say the NARS one maybe like $34 or $36. Now blushes last you for a long time, especially if you're someone that doesn't necessarily get rid of your makeup when it supposedly expires. So you're gonna get your money's worth in my opinion, but if you could save a little, why not, right? So definitely the two blushes I recommend for you. So let's get into some lip products. So I have 3 different products I want to talk about. Again, no stranger to my channel because I've mentioned these before, but I really do love them. So the first one is the Fenty Beauty, I think these are called Gloss Bomb Sticks. I have it in Blaze Donut and Two Lips Kiss. I have on Blaze Donut today, and it's just a pretty like pinky color, mauve color. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit. Obviously it might look a little different just because of me mixing it with liner, but it's a beautiful shade and it just goes on so smooth. You do not have to wear gloss or anything like that when you put this on. So if you're just like, you know what, I want something on my lips that's comfortable, it's going to give me a nice like color, these are perfect. The other color I have is the Two Lips Kiss. So this is more of like a peach type of color, and again, I know this is probably not getting the best effect, but you can kind of tell from the bottles what the color is gonna give, and they're definitely not too light, especially if you're just pairing them with a brown liner, which since we're talking about liner, let me mention my favorite liner at the moment. It's the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 Rich Brown, y'all. It's my favorite lip liner, probably because it's not as red as like my Kat Von D Crucifix or KVD Beauty, I should say, or my MAC Chestnut. It's kind of just more of like a deep brown that looks brown and doesn't give like a little undertones of red or purple. It's just perfect. So if you have been wondering if this is a good liner, you will enjoy it. I love how you can just roll it up and roll it back down. It's perfect. Now, I will say the one con with this liner, y'all, the top does not stay on. That sort of irks my nerves because when I put it in my purse, a lot of times the top will come off. I don't know if they just didn't make it to where it's like the perfect fit, but for some reason, just in my purse, it'll often come off. So you want to make sure you're pulling it all the way down so you're not like messing up your liner, because lip liners are like, you know, $25, $26, somewhere in that range. And I mean, it's a freaking color pencil, you know what I mean? So like, I don't want to have to keep buying these every 5 minutes. So just be careful. If you get this and you carry it in your purse or like your makeup bag regularly, make sure that top is on there. The last lip product that I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler lip gloss. Y'all, I got this last year during the sale, I think. I love this. So it's a really pretty like pink color. Let's see if it'll zoom for you all. Really pretty pink color. I love pink on the lips, bright pink on the lips. And they have another color that I did order called, I think, Ooh Baby or something like that. It's even lighter than this. And I was just like, you know what, if I'm wearing like a deeper pink or a deeper like nude shade on my lips and I just want to lighten it up a bit, that will be perfect. So this glides on the lips. I have it on today. Very comfortable. And it's not sticky. I don't really do well with the like super sticky lip glosses. I don't recommend those because they're just not my favorite. So if you are like, girl, I want a lip gloss that the color's gonna show up on me, it's comfortable, it looks good, this is what I'm gonna recommend to you, because I don't have time for like every time I'm talking, getting all that build up. I don't have time for that. So again, this one, I really, really love this. Again, great color, comfortable, cannot go wrong with it. And they have a ton of other colors, so if you're just like, girl, I'm not really a baby pink kind of girl, no worries, they have other shades that you can check out. Now we're going to talk about mascara. So I have two mascaras. Again, these are my favorites, so you've heard these before, but I have to mention them again. So the Tartelette XL tubing mascara, this one, it is perfect for lengthening the lashes. Y'all, I do not really have lashes. Like, my lashes are extremely short, so for me, if I'm gonna go like lash free for the day, I need a mascara that's gonna give me length. Like, length for me is more important than the volume, because I feel like I have full lashes, they're just very short. So the Tartelette XL tubing mascara, this here, grab this, okay? Now I still just have the mini because honestly, y'all, I just haven't been wearing makeup as much, so I really don't think I need the full size yet, but I may place a third order and just get the full size just to be safe. Now the other mascara I want to talk about, if you're looking for length and volume, the Ame Cole mascara, I don't know what's the official name, the lash amplifying mascara, comes in this really cute orange bottle. You won't be able to you know, not find this in your makeup bag. It's definitely going to stand out. This is really nice. Typically I put this like on my bottom lashes, or I may go over this like a top layer after I use the Tarte mascara. So I like this, and I know there's a lot of women out there just kind of like me, where it's like, I'm not really trying to put strip lashes on. I am someone that's allergic to lash extensions glue. I have tried many different people, places, and every single time I'm getting like swelling of the eyes, red eyes, all those things. So I just can't do lash extensions, even though times I wish I could, because that would save me a lot of time while I'm doing my makeup, but it just doesn't work for me. And so if you're someone that's like, well, I don't do strip lashes and I don't do extensions, then you need good mascara. So these are the two I recommend. Now if y'all have some y'all recommend, let me know, because to me, the length piece of it all, that's what I'm looking for when I'm buying mascaras. I have two makeup brushes that I want to talk about. They're both from the Sephora collection, and right now for the Sephora collection items, if you purchase any of those, you will save 30%. So definitely recommend picking up a few of these. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the blush brush. So this is number 96, and obviously I just used this today, y'all, so of course it's got some color on there. But I really love this brush because I like the way it just places the product. It doesn't like take away the product, remove it. It just really, really, really does what it's supposed to do. The color comes through perfectly. I could totally see you using this with like a cream blush as well. I am not a big cream liquid blush girl. I typically stick with powders. I do have one liquid blush that I sort of like, but for the most part I stick with powder. This is perfect for powder, but you can also use it for cream. I think you should consider grabbing this one because I've used some other types of brushes before for my blush, and I just feel like it didn't show up as well. Like almost like the brush was taking so much of the product that it wasn't really transferring onto my skin right. So if you're in the need of a blush brush, I think this is a really, really good one. And again, Sephora products are already really pretty much affordable. So to be able to save another 30%, you should pick it up. The other item I want to mention is their concealer brush. So this is the number 71. And this particular brush, I really like to get up under the eye, y'all. Like to get up under really, really close. This is perfect. So I go back and forth. Sometimes I use a brush to put on my concealer. Sometimes I use the beauty blender. At this point in my life, when I'm going for a more beat look, I prefer a brush. I feel like there's another brush that I probably should get. I cannot think of the number, but it's always this one and one other one I hear about that is really, really good and that a lot of people recommend. So if you are needing a concealer brush and you're like, you know what, I don't want to spend a lot of money on maybe like a Makeup by Mario or a Patrick Ta brush or an Hourglass brush, I'm telling you, the Sephora ones, again, they're already affordable. I think this one's like 22 bucks plus another 30% off. This is a good one to have in your collection. Y'all, we are working our way through the makeup products. I'm looking and I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. I think I have 2 makeup products and 4 other like fragrance and body. Yeah, I think so. I think I got everything, y'all. If I miss anything, everything that I wanted to mention will be down below in the comments or in the description box. So make sure you check that out. So I have 2 setting sprays I want to talk about. The first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This setting spray, you know, you might have picked this up. Ulta had this a part of their sale recently where you can get it for half off. So you may have already stocked up on this. However, if you were like me and you didn't and you need another one, or if you need the travel size one, I recommend picking it up during the Sephora sale. So this one I prefer to use right after I've like done my concealer. I've put on a little bit of powder and now my face is starting to look a little like dry and not just matte. I like to use this. This one is really, really good. I don't like to use this one as a finishing spray because to me this just helps set everything in. For a finishing spray, I like the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. So I have this little mini that's like right in my vanity. I have a mini that's in my makeup bag, and I did order another mini. The reason I ordered the minis of these is because honestly, y'all, I like these just for like travel for the most part. And then I'll keep one in my vanity. Now this one's kind of empty, so the one I ordered will probably be replaced with the one that's already in my makeup bag. But I like this size of it just because I only use this like when it's really hot outside, okay? I'm not using this like in the fall, winter. I'm not trying to give like too matte, too dry at that point in time of the year. So spring, summer, this is when this starts to come out and get used. So if you are in need of a, you know, mattifying setting spray and you want it for kind of just to be your finishing spray, that's what this one's going to be for you. And I do recommend this one. But again, the Old Faithful is a Charlotte Tilbury. I think I purchased this one last year during the sale, and y'all see I don't have to use that much, so the big bottle will last you a while. So if you're trying to figure out like what should I get, the small bottle, the big bottle, the small bottle is good just because you can put that in like a carry-on and it won't be oversized or anything like that. So I recommend either, but if you're someone that's like, okay, I want to be able to travel with it, I don't really do makeup that much, get the smaller version, it'll work just fine. And y'all, as I was looking through my vanity, I quickly realized I did miss one item that I wanted to talk about for hair. So it is the Olaplex Bonding Oil. Obviously I have it. I just don't have it in the room with me. So I'll populate a picture of it for you all. That particular oil I really, really like for my hair when it's straightened. It is very light and it will not weigh your hair down. I think I mentioned in one of my past favorite videos, the Amika heat protecting serum, something like that. That product, I really like the smell of it, but I noticed when I was using that product to straighten my hair, it was almost getting a little too oily, like literally the first day of my hair being done. And I was just like, why is my hair oily? I just did it. So I realized with that particular product, I like to use that kind of once my hair is already started to get a little bit oily, but I need to add a little more heat to my hair. So obviously it can protect it and it'll just leave my hair smelling good. But the Olaplex Bonding Oil is not gonna weigh your hair down. I like to use a little bit of that as I'm, you know, getting ready to blow dry my hair. And then if my hair starts looking a little bit like dry, or I got like a bunch of flyaways, I literally just take a little small drop of it, rub it in, and my hair will give shiny. I did use some today because I did just throw a couple curls in my hair, and I'm just trying to obviously protect it from the heat. So it's perfect. It'll protect your hair from the heat, and it will also give you a nice shine. So highly recommend that oil. We can move on to fragrance and body care. So I have 1 body care item and 3 fragrances. So let's do fragrances first. The first fragrance I have to mention is the KILE Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. Now, I'm gonna come bring this up really close, y'all. Look at where this bottle is. I got this bottle for Christmas. Y'all, I have been wearing this out. So I did go ahead and order the 3.4 ounce bottle. So the biggest bottle they have. I ordered it because I love this. One thing I like about KILE fragrances, they pair so nice with other fragrances. So if you are like, oh, KILE doesn't give longevity, if you feel like that, literally just pair it with something else, because I think that the smell of this and the other one that I'm going to mention is so amazing. And if I'm just worried about the longevity, I like to just spray something else that's like a hair bit heavier that won't necessarily overpower the smell of this, because I just love the smell of this. So typically what I've been doing is mixing this or the Yum Bougie Marshmallow, which let me bring it close so you guys can see. The Yum Bougie Marshmallow, I mix it with either Burberry Goddess or my Mason Francis Kirk Dijon Gentle Fluidity Gold. Those are the 2, and I don't feel like either of those overpower like the sweetness of these. It just helps make the, you know, fragrance stick a little bit better. I guess that's the best way to put it. So this particular fragrance has candied pear, sweet violet, bubblegum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla cream. I feel like everybody and their mama was talking about this. I know for me, Keiko Beauty and Coco McQueen were the 2 people that kept talking about this, and I'm like, let me just order it. I never smelled this before I ordered it. I just went off of trusting the people that, you know, I watch here on social media, and lo and behold, I was not failed, because I have ran through this bottle. Like I said, I got this for Christmas. I don't think I opened it up until maybe like January. It is April, and this thing is done for. The other one I ordered shortly after, another one that I just blind purchased, is the Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Now this one I'm like halfway down on. I like this one. My only thing with this one, it reminds me so much of like Burberry Her and other fragrances that I have that have like a little bit of a strawberry, like creamy vanilla note to it. So this one I haven't ran through it as fast, because I want to say I bought this one like end of January, and I'm just like halfway down. This one is really good, and like I said, it's great to pair with other scents that you may already have in your collection. The notes on this one is freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, creamy coconut, whipped vanilla, and pink musk. It smells amazing. It's really pretty. This is a really nice girly scent. Now, because we're going into summer season, just a few months away, I would say I like this one more for like evening. If it's gonna be warmer outside, like evening time, this one I would say would be more of your like day brunch scent. And this one, if you want something that's a little bit more sexy, a little bit more gourmand, I think this one is good. So either one will work. Obviously KILE knows what they're doing with the fragrances. Of course, it can always be improvement on longevity, but they smell good. And they're at a good price point, y'all. Like $100, and it smells good. I usually get like 3 to 4 hours lasting on my skin. Sometimes more if I'm pairing it with a stronger scent. So you can't go wrong with either of these. Like I just said, I blind bought both of those, and they did not fail me. The next one I want to talk about is Prada Paradoxe Intense. Now this one, I am more than halfway down, I would say, on this. This one is a compliment getter. I remember I was in Zara one morning, and it was early, and I put on a decent amount of it because I'm like, you know, I knew I was going to be out for a while that day, and I wanted it to like last on me. Y'all, this will get you compliments. It's a beautiful floral. It smells amazing. It's another one that you can pair with things. Now I wouldn't necessarily pair them with those two, but it is a beautiful scent. I'll be sure to populate the notes because I'm not sure offhand, but this smells so good. Now the original version, I think I had like a like a small like sample that was maybe bigger, like a deluxe sample. That's probably what it was. That one I liked, but it was just a little too light on me. I wanted something that was, you know, a little bit more heavy to where it's like it's gonna last and others are gonna smell it. To me, the original gave a little bit of like skin scent on me. This one, baby, it projects. It smells so good. Sometimes the bottle can be like a little annoying. Like one day I saw something was like kind of leaking, so the bottle is a little bit annoying. I almost wish they would do another version of this in just a different shape bottle, but it's cute, right? Like it looks cute on your vanity, so it's nice to have. But if you have been wondering like what scent can I get that'll be a good year-round floral that is gonna stand out, it's not gonna be something everyone is gonna have on, because I feel like this is a popular scent, but then it's not, right? Like, so I don't think you're gonna go out and everybody's gonna have this on. So in my opinion, if you are in need of a new floral, something that you can wear day to night, can transition well, I do recommend Prada Paradox Intense. So y'all, the last item I want to mention is the Youth to the People Dream Body Butter. It says it's supposed to help you hydrate and glow, and it does just that. So this is a nice body butter. It's very thick. It has a very light scent to it. And I just really like it because it gives my skin a nice glow, but it also gives it this sheen that, you know, especially under the sunlight, it's just gonna look amazing, okay? So if you're wearing your chest, shoulder area out, and you're just like, I need a good body butter, what should I invest in? I believe this is like $50-something. So because of the sale, I highly recommend it. Now, you're not gonna go through this very fast. It's a lot in here. It's an 8-ounce container, but it's, again, very thick and you only need a little bit. So if you're like, girl, I don't know about $50 for a body butter, listen, pick this up. And again, while it's already on a discount, it's worth it. You're gonna enjoy this. Honestly, y'all, Youth to the People has not failed me. I've been using the facial cleanser now for like 3 years, and I love it. I also have started using their moisturizing cream. It's in my travel bag though, but I use that when I'm traveling. It does good to moisturize me and not leave me oily. So listen, you can't go wrong with Youth to the People. Again, it's really, really beautiful, and I've had this for, I want to say like, I don't know, at least like 7-8 months, y'all. And I use it regularly, not every day, but it's a ton in here. So if you are wondering what you should pick up that's a little bit more pricey that you normally wouldn't buy, but you want to give it a try, pick up the Dream Body Butter. You'll enjoy this. So y'all, that is all of my beauty favorites, Sephora savings event recommendations, spring, summer beauty favorites, all of the above. These are all of the items that I highly, highly recommend. I definitely placed my 2 orders, and I will probably, I don't know if I'm gonna do a separate video of what I got because it's not that many items, but I may include it in like a vlog or another video, something like that. So I'll definitely show y'all what I picked up. Again, if I had to pick 3 things that, you know, I just had to grab today, and you know, I'm like, okay, I got a budget, I don't want to spend too much, I would definitely say the Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I would definitely say the Soft Matte Foundation. And because I really, 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 really love a good blush, I would say the Too Faced Tequila Sunset. Just because I really like this peach color. It's perfect for every day, perfect for going out. Those are the 3 items I would say if you had to add these to your list because you already got a million other things and you don't want to do too much. Those are the ones you should get. Thank you all again so much for watching this video, another vanity chat with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you've already started shopping, if you're Rouge like me, or let me know what you're planning on picking up. I appreciate all of your support. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.